Hello Capricorn. Welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. An individual who may have been somebody from your past. This could be a relationship. This could be a current relationship as well. For others of you, this could be a situationship. And for a small portion, this could possibly be a connection where you know there's something special. And it's quite intense. But no one's really speaking up. There is betrayal here. There's boundaries. Sorry, everyone. I do have something going on, once again, with congestion, and it seems to be some type of allergy. So please bear with me. I have gone to the doctor, and I am getting, now, finally, the correct treatment. Alrighty. A lot of doubts here in this connection. There's just so much has happened. It's almost as if somebody here now is acting like a stranger. And there was so much momentum before, and now everything's kind of just slowed down. Hiding. Wow, this is quite a few cards you have here, and one is like a peekaboo card that I call it. Let me take it out. That's a beliefs card. And then, my goodness, you have the challenge card. So my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self. I do not channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and I do have certain reasons for that. In this deck, there are certain cards that I consider a bit on the dark side. Very dark, dreary, sad, upsetting kind of cards. And these cards indicate emotions and feelings. I am looking into what your person of interest is feeling and thinking, but some of these cards are quite intense, so it could also be that you are feeling this as well. And you're experiencing this. So, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards that are kind of on the dark and upsetting side. So there's more of upsetness and negativity in this connection, but also inside of this person's heart and in their mind. Not because of what you have done, but because of what they have done. And it's betrayal here. We have boundaries, laughter, betrayal, centering, doubt, compassion, order, illusion, beliefs. And then we have challenge under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Capricorn, I have put up my boundaries. I have put up boundaries because I feel uncomfortable moving forward. Because I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to handle this situation. The easiest thing for me to do is just put a wall up and to keep my distance from you. Because if I keep my distance, then I don't have to talk to you. I'm not accountable. Out of sight, out of mind. But there are boundaries. And I can't move forward. And I don't really want us to move forward. because I don't know how to react to what I have done. I don't know how to reach out to you. Right now, I realize that what I have done has been quite unexpected. In you, I have found a friend. You are someone that I feel who is so close to my heart. You are my confidant. You're my friend. You are this one individual who really makes me feel whole. You know what makes me laugh? You know what makes me tick? You know what makes my heart happy? These feelings that I have towards you, they run very deep. But then when I think of what I have done, I have also realized that I've betrayed our friendship. The foundation, the core of our connection. This betrayal, you thought you knew me. You thought you could predict me. And it turns out that you never really knew me at all. A part of my life has been a little secretive. I didn't tell you the full story. And yes, there were doubts, and there was a lack of trust. But I don't know what to do after I've behaved like a stranger. It's as if you never really knew me at all. I understand this is how it may seem. And going forward, all I can think of is having a better balance with you. I realize that you are someone who balances me. We are like the yin and the yang. If I'm the moon, you are the sun. We come and go and we dance in perfect harmony, and I can always depend on you, knowing that you will rise again. I can depend on you like that. I can rely on you like that. But because of the things that I've done, I'm having doubts. Doubts that being grounded and being as a friend, would that even work out? And I have these doubts for that reason. And because I am unsure, I am uncertain, I do put up my boundaries. These boundaries, there's limitations that I have. I can't say certain things, I can't do certain things. And yes, I have been a part of this, to put up this boundary, because I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable. I doubt that this connection will work out because I realize now the things that I've put you through. I have compassion for you, empathy, sympathy, sometimes even pity. Why would you even want to be with someone like me? I don't know. And I know that I've put you through something that has made you feel very sad, reevaluating your life. I have compassion towards that. I know what I have put you through. And because of that, and now there's a sense of order. Order that is needed because of chaos that has ensued because of all of this. I'm on a road. I'm at a crossroads. And I need to move forward in this connection. I need to break down these boundaries. But part of the reason why I have these boundaries up, it's because forwards, backwards, left and right, everything is full of fog, confusion. I have a lack of clarity. There is a lack of understanding. There's a lack of transparency. Because I can't have this clarity, I don't want to move forward, because if I do, I could possibly make a mistake. And I don't want to make a mistake. If I make a mistake, I may ruin everything that has happened before. I may repeat a mistake and make things worse. So the easiest thing for me to do while I have a lack of clarity, while I have a lack of understanding, while I have a lack of direction, and I'm not moving, I remain dormant. While I do all this, I feel it's easy to put up my boundaries. I also find it difficult to express myself to you. I have behaved as if I am emotionally detached. I have been emotionally detached. Although there's some part of me that really does desire you, and I've always been interested, there's also a part of me that hides. Hiding behind a false mask, hiding behind a veil. Not telling you the truth of what's in my heart and my mind. What are my plans? What are my thoughts? I really have kept my distance from you. But also, I have made an disingenuous surrender to certain ways of thought that you have had. I have agreed when in actual fact, deep down, I did not agree. I led you on thinking that we are on the same page. But it turns out that we are not, because I don't think that we are. But would I show this to you? No, I wouldn't. I would hide it from you. And I know that that was not right. But there are things about the both of us where we are not thinking on the same page. We're not on the same page. We don't have the same mindset. We come from different backgrounds. So many things about us, even the way people view us, is challenging. It's different. I also feel that everything that I've gone through and everything that I've put you through, fixing all of that is a huge challenge. This entire connection, this situation that we are in, I find it to be quite challenging, where I cannot change certain things. I cannot be someone else. There are certain things that I have wanted to talk to you about. This challenge that I face, this is real. This is now a problem to which a solution, I feel, cannot be found. I also feel that this is almost as if it's a riddle that can't be solved. And because I feel that it's hopeless, at the very least for now, because I have a lack of clarity and I don't know which way to go, the easiest thing for me is to hide, but also keep up my boundaries. Do I think about you? I do. I think about what I can do to be in a better situation. But do I express this to you? Capricorn, no, I don't. I act emotionally detached. There's a part of me that wants to be a friend, a part of me that wants to be that person who can have a better balance with you. But despite all that, all of these things that I have done, it is too difficult for me and too challenging for me to move forward, to connect with you, to restart something with you, to even start something. I find it very challenging. And when I find something to be so challenging, the easiest thing for me is to put up my boundaries and to keep my distance from you. All right, Capricorn. Thank you for bearing with me and my my issue that I have right now with my throat. I hate it. I don't like really clearing my voice in the mic, but the problem is I can't keep pausing either. So we have here a bunch of cards that are indicating how intense this connection got for this person. Yes, it did become quite intense for you as well. But what I'm seeing here is they're not really doing anything about it. They know that this is what I've done. This is the result. And I don't know how to move forward, so I'm going to take a step back. The problem with that is, this is somebody who is mostly thinking about themselves. Or themselves, right? It's like they're not really thinking about what the impact would be on you. How you would feel ultimately about this. They're not taking that into consideration. And a situation like this seems very disheartening. I see from this person's perspective, from their angle, there's a lot going on here. We have differences of opinions. They're hiding. They're not making a move. They betrayed you. They also have doubts. And on top of that, easiest thing of all for them, put up boundaries, and that's it. I don't have to deal with it. Out of sight, out of mind. That's what's happening. Do they think of you as a best friend, as a confidant, as somebody who they can rely on? They do have these deep feelings towards you. Yes, you are like their best friend. However, there's a small part here where it also talks about a spiritual connection. But what's the use of having all that and not really being able to move forward in any way? Your person of interest here, Capricorn, it appears as if they're stuck and they don't know how to move forward in this connection. And this is exactly why you have the challenge card, because they find it so challenging. After all the things that they did, the way they behaved, the way they treated you, after all that hurt and pain, they don't know even how to communicate with you or how to start a conversation with you. They find it very challenging. And the easiest thing people do, which is not the right thing to do, is to put up boundaries. To let go and to keep their distance, the no contact rule. This person is not contacting you. There's a lack of communication between the both of you now. And because of that, it entices you. It's exciting. It's tempting. You want them to call you. You want them to text you. You want to have communication with them. This is a very natural reaction when somebody cuts someone off, communication-wise. When you stop talking to somebody and you've been talking to them for a while, ages, it creates curiosity in the other person's heart and mind, and then the person starts to miss the other individual that once upon a time used to talk to them. Whatever you are going through, Capricorn, I can see that it's very confusing and very upsetting. I'm seeing the word upsetting. And I'm getting as like a sentence. I don't know what I did wrong. Okay, let's have a look then. Some of you may have just been the best of partners and it just doesn't matter. No matter what you do, sometimes it's just on the person. The person is like that because the person has something going on in their life. Something going on in their life. Absolutely. 10 of Staves. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. This deck I like to read, and I go a little bit into the past. So this is your past a little bit. Something that happened in this connection that made the situation and your connection literally go downhill. So once upon a time, things were progressing, they were getting good, and they were very sweet, but then all of a sudden it just became sour. And you don't realize and you don't know what happened because clearly this person put boundaries up. Some of you may have learned what was actually bothering them They may have expressed themselves to you. Some of you, maybe they did not. And hopefully these cards will help you see what it is that was on their mind at the time. And it'll give you a little bit of more clarity. And this is for those of you who now feel that there's a lack of closure. Your person may have just ghosted you. They may have just faded. They may have discontinued the connection and stopped talking to you as much, but once in a while they text you. So that really confuses you because you wonder, are we together or are we not? Mixed messages, mixed signals, those sort of things. The cards that I just saw, the first set, that is the current status of yourself and your person of interest, the feelings and emotions that are currently happening. 10 of Staffs. Let's have a look at that. So this deck I read in the reverse. This talks about being overwhelmed and burdened by responsibilities. Why? Because there was at a time success, and this success started to become overwhelming with its responsibilities. But now they are overwhelmed and burdened by these responsibilities. So, what are responsibilities? This could be a mortgage, could be a payment. I'm getting a car payment. So, financial issues, right? Then we have health-related issues, either theirs or other people that they have to take care of. Then we may have relationship problems. Problems that they've had in terms of trauma. Problems that they've had currently with a current partner or somebody that they were with where it was very traumatic for them to be in a relationship. And then we have, for example, maybe they have a lot of duties to tend to. There's maybe they've gone back to university or college or something like that. But that time, energy, and effort that they can be giving you, right now, the type of, I'm getting the word circumstances, the type of circumstance this individual is in, it actually does not allow them to be with you the way that you want them to. So if you were wondering back then, why doesn't Capricorn give me the time? Sorry, Capricorn. No, maybe you're dealing with another Capricorn. Why doesn't my person of interest give me the time of day? Why don't they give me their attention, their full attention? The reason why, Capricorn, is because their energy was scattered. They had too many responsibilities. And it got to the point where it was burdensome. They just didn't like it anymore. They don't even want to have it, but they don't have a choice. At some point in time, perhaps, they may delegate some tasks if they're taking care of a sick loved one. They may tell one of the relatives or somebody else, somebody who can take care. Okay, can you deal with this? I can't deal with this anymore. I need to focus on something else. However, sometimes people are able to do that and sometimes people are not. So that's an issue. But the whole point here is that this person cannot be with you unless some of these staffs are less. Some of these responsibilities and burdens are less. And once they are, then basically you get shoved into that place. And then you are technically not the burden, but you are a responsibility for them. They take care of you, they give you the time, energy, and effort, but why didn't they give it to you before? Because they would only give you a quarter of the amount of time. And is it worth it? Is it worth it for you? Truly, no, it's not, because it would tick you off. It would get you upset. Why aren't you giving me this much time? You promised me you'd do this. We planned this, and it didn't work out. The person was working. Maybe they were not feeling so great. Maybe they had other responsibilities. Taking their kids out on the weekend trip. Why? Because they have custody, right? So many things can happen in a person's life, and that's something here that we need to think of. What was going on in this person's life? They might have told you, and they may not have told you. I'm seeing here that they probably most likely did not tell you, because you did have the illusion card, which talks a lot about keeping the distance from you. They weren't going to air their dirty laundry, okay? They weren't going to tell you what's happening in their life. Out of 10 things, here's 10 out of 10 things, perhaps they told you 3, Okay? Because if they tell you too much, they would think that you are going to get a different impression of them. They were very critical about this too. So they're very picky about what they told you and what they didn't tell you. They're very critical. So understand that this person was overwhelmed, and from their own point of view, they were not able to give you the time that you deserved. Not because they didn't want to, it's because they could not. Okay, so they did want to do that, but they could not do it because they were burdened and they were overwhelmed. And these were responsibilities. How can this be changed? When they lessen the load a little bit, and then there's room to grow. There's room to be someone that actually has a relationship. We also have here the Wisdom card. Let's have a look. Oh boy. Here we talk about an unwillingness to learn and a sense of superficiality. This person was intimidated by intelligence and even education, or the knowledge that you may have had. They felt limited by the lack of knowledge and limited by understanding. Understanding, knowledge and understanding. You remember you had the order card. Order, surrounded by clouds, right? There's that lack of understanding. There's that lack of clarity. So there's something about this connection specifically between the both of you that in the back of their mind, they were always wondering, they were always judging. But this is the Wisdom card. And this is in the reverse, which clearly tells me that this person was not wise. They did not have knowledge. They weren't very enlightened. And it also talks about here wisdom that should have been gained from education, but they just did not do that. There was a lack of understanding because they did not recognize what it is that they were seeing. They wanted to transform a difficult situation for the better and turn it into something much better, but they could not because, why? They did not have the wisdom to do so. So, the storyline that I'm seeing here is you're dealing with an individual who had a lot of issues. The issues may not be their own, but it may be burdens and responsibilities that they've taken on. Now, the other problem with that, if somebody was wise, they would be able to manage their time and maybe delegate those tasks and maybe even get rid of some of these 10 of staffs. Maybe get rid of 2 or 3 issues that they're dealing with. Just, you know what? I can't deal with this. It's not important. That's not a priority, right? But why didn't that happen? Because this person wasn't wise enough to do that. So you're dealing with somebody here that was perhaps inexperienced, or perhaps they were immature even. But the immaturity here comes because there's a lack of wisdom. And in all honesty, age truly does not matter. I have done readings for people that are 70, 80 years old. And unfortunately, we are all on the same boat in a way where people can still be very immature. I would expect as a person, back in the day, this was me, I would expect them to be mature by the time they're 80, right? Or to have wisdom. But there's some people that never gain wisdom because they never go through it. They never experience it because they're overwhelmed and burdened by so many other things. They never get a chance to grow and learn. There's that saying, right? Pick your battles, right? So sometimes also we take on certain things and we need to be very careful what we're taking on. Is it worth it? Can I deal with this at another time? Do I have to take this on now? This is something I'm seeing here, that this person, it's like they couldn't say no. They couldn't say no, but a wise person would have prioritized and delegated all that and maybe kept a few of those staffs and taken on those burdens, but not as much. This person didn't do it because they were not wise. And that also shows that if they can't manage their own responsibilities and the burdens in their own life, how are they supposed to be handling a connection with somebody else? They don't have that wisdom. So I hope that all kind of ties in and makes sense. Once again, please forgive me clearing my throat. All right, We have here Justice. This is the Beginner's Tarot. Okay. And with this deck, I like to have a look at any actions, any plans, any intentions. Excellent. Excellent. Thumbs up. Hermit, perfect card to have in this situation. There's still a little bit of arrogance and stubbornness. Give me a chance and I can show you what I'm made of. Somebody said that. Give me a chance and I'll show you what I'm made of. Sorry guys. We have here 1, 2, 3. 3 major arcanas. We have 2 kings. So, talk about maturing fast. Wow. Okay, we're not dealing with a page. We're not dealing with a knight. We are dealing with a king. Somebody who is mature. With here the Justice card. First card, the strongest, has the most amount of energy. Your person of interest is truly wanting to create a better balance, trying to understand things in a better way, trying to have an equal give and take in this connection because they feel that things were quite unfair before. So having the Justice card does mean I want to make things right. And that's a great feeling. That's a really good feeling because this does show that that means that on some level, they feel that they were wrong. They feel that there was a lack of equality here. They kept taking and you kept giving and giving. So what's going to happen here? There's a switch in terms of their mentality. You have here the Hermit card, perfect card to have. Excellent. Here, remember the Wisdom card you just had. Here, this person is going to take a step back from society, from life. They're just trying to retreat. And what they are thinking is, how can I make the situation better with Capricorn? What can I do to fix the wrong? How can I make it right? With this, we also have them contemplating, forcing themselves into isolation, forcing themselves into loneliness, keeping their distance from the world and remaining detached so that they can have a better viewpoint of the problems at hand. Now, when this happens, they are truly detached from a lot of people. It could be you, but it could also be other people that they're with, their family, friends, their circle. So they are truly becoming this hermit. And they're doing this to become wiser. So that's where the Wisdom card comes in from. After this, typically I have seen that people do become wiser because they have experienced and they've seen who they are, what they've done, why they've done it, and what can they do to improve this specific connection that the both of you had together. So this is now starting to bother them to the point where they actually want to understand, why did they do what they did? And why do you think they're doing this? Because they actually care. They actually want to do something about this and fix the situation. One of the reasons why they want to do this is because they are afraid you have many suitors. Men and women here, we have a situation where this person does have ego-oriented competition. But they also, if the situation is like this, if I can't have you, then nobody can have you. They also get quite jealous, and they're also quite competitive. So here we do have an individual who's suddenly going to just like kind of change, and they realize that, okay, I do want my Capricorn and I have to make an effort. But it's not going to work out if I keep doing things the same old way. I need to change. And that's what we have here, where there is this change. However, it's a little bit on the aggressive side where they don't want the competition. They don't want competition. They just want to be there and they just want you to see them. And then we also have an offer coming through here with the King of Pentacles. Beautiful card. This does talk about how this individual wants you to be settled with tangible and materialistic items, to be happy, to be content with a home and with life. But it's related to coin. It's related to money. So here we do have somebody who wants to reach out to you eventually and give you that offer that, you know what, I'm here for you, but I can also work with you and settle down with you and maybe even provide for you. Now, some of you may not need somebody to provide for you, but there's no harm in that. It's what your person of interest would want to do, because from their point of view, they are trying to make your life easier, and that's what couples do. You work as a team to make your lives easier for each other. And then you have this beautiful card, Strength, which does typically come after Hermit, Wisdom, and then we have Strength. So very nice. This is somebody now, your person of interest, who is going to have some courage, some better understanding, and like an epiphany and a realization, this awakening moment. And they see all the things that they can do and how they want to make that change. And they will make that change because they're going to gain that courage. Remember, before you had doubt, you had boundaries, there was challenges, right? There was belief-related issues, there was illusion, hiding behind a veil, not telling the truth. So now we have this wonderful card where they are completely different. It's like a reboot in their system. They've been rebooted and they're programmed to be a better person. They have reprogrammed themselves from this Hermit card. Now, we also have here the King of Swords. This is the overall arching theme right now. So how they are feeling. They're keeping their distance. They're not talking. But deep down, they do care about you. They do want to be with you. And they think about this thing very critically, very logically, very rationally. But it's unfortunate because with this card also comes the fact that they take decisions, they make decisions based on their logic and not based on their emotions. So that is a problem. However, I do see that kind of melting away. I literally see like a pink purple kind of like, I don't know, it's like icing or slime. I don't even want to call it slime, but it's like this and it's falling down. It's just slowly coming down. It's oozing down, which is kind of a strange imagery that I'm seeing right now on this. So he's melting. The king is melting. He's no longer as logical as he used to be. He's going to start to think with his heart and not with the logic and the critical thinking that he used to think with. So that's what it is. He's melting. That kind of imagery that I'm seeing. He's not going to be so cold looking and so you can't approach him. He's not going to be unapproachable anymore. Okay, that's what that meant. So, is there progress? Absolutely yes. Is this person going to reach out to you? First, they're going to work on themselves. Eventually, I do see them, not here, but I do see them after this stage, that they are going to reach out to you. And when they do, they're not going to be very like sheepish or shy about it. They're going to be quite bold because they're coming here as a king. Not only that, but you also have strength. So this is not somebody who's kind of nervous anymore. Maybe they weren't nervous before, but they just didn't know what to do. Now this person has this wisdom and they feel that they're on a much better footing. They have a better viewpoint of this issue, this challenge that was very challenging before. So that's really nice. I'm happy for you guys. Hopefully that's resonated for some of you. If the majority of the reading has resonated, most likely that's going to be okay as well for you. That'll also start to resonate. All right, just going to do a quick prayer. So this is Archangel Answer cards, and with this I like to have a look at what the angels, Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel have to say about this connection to you. Success, let go, abundance, and we have here get more information. Followed by look for a sign, reconsider, opportunity, and then we have ask your angels. So this is now a situation where it's a little complicated and don't shoot the messenger type situation, but it's half and half. Some of you are going to be successfully engaged with this person. Now, when I say engaged, it just means, talking and not actually engaged, but maybe it could be engaged. Your connection with this person, what I'm trying to say, will increase. It'll be better. However, some of you, the others, the other group here, you don't want to be with this person anymore. It's just too much to handle. And you don't know what to do, but here the angels are actually telling you there is a little bit of a strategy that they've pulled together for you. So for those of you that don't and that can't be with this person anymore, this message is for you. There will be success in your life, Capricorn, but only after you let go. You let go of the circumstances, you let go of this person, you let go of the pain, and any ego and pride attached to this connection. You let go of all of that. Eventually, when you let go, you will be able to attract more abundance into your life. At some point in time, you're going to be getting more information, something that you didn't know before about this specific individual. And then you're going to look for a sign, but not actively. You are going to be seeing and noticing red flags in this connection. When you do that, your next instinct will here be to reconsider what it is that you're going to say and do in regards to this connection. Eventually, I do see here that you're going to gain an opportunity. What's really great about this is that after you get information, there is going to be here success, abundance, and an opportunity. So that still means even if you decide not to be with this person, not to pursue this person, there's still something good that's going to come out of this because it's going to be very positive. We also have here, ask your angels. So with this specific card where we have ask your angels, this does talk about how you can communicate with the angels. Now, we do not actually pray or worship the angels because they are with us to help us and to guide us. But we do request and give them the highest level of respect. And you can always pray to the Christ consciousness, who is Jesus. Through Jesus, you get to his Father, the source, the holy light, white light of God. And from there, you can call upon Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel to guide you and to protect you throughout this entire situation. Within a split second, you will be in that energy. Some of you may be able to feel it. Some of you can hear it. And make your request. And always say through the power of Jesus, because they work like manager, leader, supervisor, employees. That's the type of hierarchical structure they have. So there's no harm in doing that. It's the overall arching theme, ask your angels. When you do ask your angels, that means that some type of information is going to come to you. This could be intuitively, and this could also be through other people. Now, I do have here just something I wanted to quickly mention. Yes. So we have let go, we have look for a sign, and we have reconsider. These are huge. This does mean that for some of you, it is truly important that you take a step back, think about it clearly, and then move on. For those of you that want to stay with this person, you're going to have to do the no contact rule. So you see how they're avoiding you and they have the boundaries up. This is the same thing you have to do to them. So you let go and you keep your distance from them, and that will start to attract them back to you. Here we have, there will be success if you let go, and abundance will come to you. Eventually, still ask your angels, and there's going to be some information that's going to come to you, and it's going to enlighten you and give you a better understanding as to what you can do, how you can move forward. We also have here, look for a sign. This could be signs and synchronicities, but it can still also be look for red flags. Simply to tell this person, no, that's a no-no. And still reconsider. After you get whatever information, reconsider what it is that you're going to say and do, any type of actions you're going to take in this connection. Eventually, in regards to this person, there is going to be an opportunity. There is going to be success, and there's still going to be abundance. So I see two groups here. Some of you that may just want to move on, but that's the way to see it. And for some of you that want to stay with this person, it's going to take some time because they are going through the hermit phase. And then they have to go through the wisdom. Then they have to go through the strength. And then finally, sometime in the future, they are going to reach out to you. But it will take some time. Capricorn, that is your reading. Thank you for bearing with me with the issue that I have going on again regarding my bronchioles. Oh, the bronchioles. I am getting the correct treatment now, so that's good to know. And for those of you who are new here, I do have another channel. And I did recently post a video on that. It's called Asnointia Audio is the name of the channel. And those videos are absolutely free, all of them. Please have a look at those videos. Some of them are on past life and spiritual connections, what kind of connections we have, how they affect us. And then I also have some simply on relationships, advice on relationships, and that's based on feelings and emotions that I have noticed and observed. And then there's another one that I had created that is on negative energies. What and who are negative energies? How can we overcome negative energies? Because they do create hindrances and blockages. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for your patience. Hope to see you guys again. You all take care. Stay safe. Bye now.